Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm Sank84 and welcome to our new Wednesday series, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So, just like the previous Wednesday series, I will be doing a bit of history regarding the game and myself. So, if you're interested in that, big thumbs up. If not, I have left timestamps down below in the comments for you to skip to whichever section you so wish. But for those of you who do want to listen to a bit of my history with the game, sit back, relax, because we are about to take a trip down memory lane. Now, back in the dark ages of 1989, the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade film hit cinemas, and this was meant to be the third and final film in the Indiana Jones trilogy. And we all know where that went in the end. But this is about the game, and at the time, 2 games came out, both released by LucasArts, and both at the same time. However, they took the film in different directions. There was the action game, which was a side-scrolling platform that took you through the film, but as in a action-packed, typical side-scrolling platform of the time. And then there was the graphic novel version, or as we call them now, point and clicks. And it was a few years later, when I was finally old enough and was playing games myself, that I actually started to play the graphic novel version after watching the film. And at first, as was the way back then, I struggled. I was still learning, getting my feet under these sort of games, and eventually, I managed to get through and I completed it. But it stuck with me. I kept going back to it over and over again throughout the years, and I am now on my 4th version of this game. The first version was an original on floppy, like all games were back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then upgraded to CD when the game came out on CD. And unfortunately, due to the way CDs are, it kind of got damaged over time and I had to replace it. Now, when I did replace it, I replaced it again with another CD. However, this time it was a box set. And this is the box set right here. I still have it with me today. And I was going to have, this is the version that you were going to watch. However, Windows 10 doesn't like old 90s CDs. So I've had to go and get myself a digital version. But before we get onto that, I wanted to show this box off. This box has been with me, as I say, for decades. And as you can see there, it does have the sequel, The Fate of Atlantis, with it. And I'm not saying when, but there will be at some point in the future a playthrough of The Fate of Atlantis, because that is another game I love playing, and that's the whole point of the Wednesday series. It's games I enjoy playing from my childhood. But don't worry, because I can still show off everything that's in the box here to you all. Let's open up and have a look at what's inside. So let's just move the lid over to the side here. And as you can see, I have got the CD in here still, and it is a double disc. So we've got which one's that on the top? That's the Last Crusade there, and then if we just quickly flip that over, we've got the Fate of Atlantis there. And yep, I've also got the Fate of Atlantis on digital copy as well. Next, obviously, all games came with a manual. There were no options in game to make any changes or do anything. Anybody who knows, you loaded the game up, you got your intro, and you started playing. So, if you had no idea how to play a game, you had to A, figure it out yourself, or B, read the manual. So, the manual here for the Last Crusade. I'm not going to go through all of it now, but there are a few bits that I would like to point out. One of them being here. If I just lift this up, you can see that. See it there. A minute, let me get it straight. There we go. So we've got a image there of a fight scene, and then it tells you here what the controls are for that area. So you've got all the different shortcuts there. So if you want to push something open, if you want to walk or anything like that, you have then, if I just quickly go through, where is the fight one I was telling you about? There we go. It's actually split over several pages, but you've got the fight section. Where, gotta get this camera right. There we go. So we've got that there, telling you about how to fight. Then on the next page, the bit further down, there it is. Well, there we go. So we've got the scene to tell you about it, and then when you turn over, you've got the keys for fighting. And yep, that's how you fight, depending on if you're on the left or the right of the screen, depends what the keys do. So there is also a bit where you have to fly a plane, and again, there's the controls for the plane, and it gives you a bit of information, and there are special parts that you need to look at. There is the Fate of Atlantis one, but I'm not going to show you that one because I will leave that and show it in the Fate of Atlantis series. But that one, I can tell you, is actually thicker than the Last Crusade one. And of course, it wouldn't be the Last Crusade if we didn't have Henry's Grail Diary Journal. Thank you. So here we've got there. So if I just quickly open it up, again, I'm not going to go through all of it. It's just to show you all the things that are in here, and these will help you out in game. There are things in here, if you look at it and use it, it can give you help in game. So we have that there, and there is a bit of paper there that I will tell you about in a moment. The Grail Diary, though, as I said, there is one in the game, and always use the one in game rather than that paper one, but it's there just in case you want to have a look at it. What is really enjoyable to actually read through. And yes, the piece of paper here, as you can see, or probably say, it is very old. This is, oh, let me get it back around for you. This is, how can I put this here? It's something in the game when you'll need at some point, and that's the controls of how to get through. Now, you might look at it and go, wait a minute, isn't that cheating? No, it's not. Because you get this information in the game. There is a place that I will show you in this first episode, actually, where you can get this information from. Now, why is it wrote down on a piece of paper? Well, because at the point when you need it, it can be quite tricky because you have to click through different pages and different options to get to it to try and make sure it works. So, years ago, my dad, for me, wrote it all out so I could have it in front of me when that part came up. But yep, that is the version I was hoping to show off and play. And if we just put the lid back on and turn it over, there are some screenshots and little bits from what the game says everything should look like. So of course the top 4 are for the Fate of Atlantis, the bottom 4 are for the Last Crusade, but unfortunately that's not the version we're going to be playing. And yes, I'm actually a bit sad about that, but never mind, we will play and we will enjoy. So with that, I think you've had enough of me gabbing about me and my history with this game. And you're probably sat there thinking, oh my god, I wish I just clicked on the link below and skipped to the end of this and watched the gameplay. So you'll be happy to know we're going to start playing. As I said, like all games back in this era, it goes straight into the game. So, I'm going to shut up for a moment and let you enjoy the intro, and we will join Indy as he gets to work. See you in a minute. Okay, and after that nice intro, we are now at the college. So, in we walk, in a moment, dripping wet. Hello, Marcus. Indy, you're back. Yes, and I have the Cross of Coronado. Wonderful. I know how you've been looking for that all my life. Indy, why are you all wet? Don't ask. I really have to get out of these wet clothes. Okay, and there we go. We are now into the game proper, and yep, we've got the cursor to move around, and yeah, this is really old school, so all your options you've got are at the bottom, so it's a case of either, if you can remember what they are shortcut wise, you can use the shortcuts on the keyboard, or just simply click on the one you want. So just for a bit of fun and thingy, so if we click on close and shut the door here, sometimes you do have to click a few times. We've got the light switch, so let's just turn the lights off. And there we go, nice and dark, and someone screams us to turn the lights back on. And of course, Indy does that straight away. There are a few other things you may be able to look around, but let's open the door first. Actually no, while we're here, let's go and use the locker room, and we can show off the fighting techniques. So Indy gets changed into his gym gear and hat, of course. And then, obviously, we've got the trainer who wants to know how much we want to spar. Now, obviously, that's easy is the top one, medium, and hard is the bottom one. Now, I don't believe this is set in difficulty because, well, the difficulty seems to be set because you don't have to do this. So, for now, because I've not played this in so long, I'm just going to go for a good workout in the middle, just so I can try and get my fingers back in and remember how the fighting works. So if we select that one, and then as you can see there, we've got our health bars, and we've got our punch power. So if we are slower, we can do more damage per hit, but if we're faster, we can get more hits in. Now you can block, yeah, there we go. So just got to remember some of the keys here, and yeah, you can see the health there going down. Thankfully, in this case, there we go, get it down. In this case, that will go back up to full, but when you finish a fight, normally, yeah, there we go, maybe another time. Finish a fight normally, your health does stay down low and takes a while to come back. So there we go, got back changed now. So let's go back out and talk to Marcus, and then we can, you know, get on with what's going on. Of course, now you can see there the talk options become available. So that tells us in this area there's somebody to talk to. Hello, Marcus. Did I miss anything while I was gone? Let's see. Remember last month Professor Mulberry asked you to date that expensive Mexican statue he bought? Why, yes. The cheap imitation, of course. He didn't believe me until I broke it in half and showed him the cross-section. That may have been a bit harsh, considering his situation. And like all good adventure games, we have options to pick, and depending on what options we pick, depending on what responses and how we progress through the game. Some are like this one, just a bit of fun, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Others can have consequences. So, what do you mean considering his situation? You see, we've hired a new geologist who fancies himself quite the archaeologist. He advised Mulberry to buy the statue. Yeah, surely you don't concur? Me? Lead Mulberry on a wild goose chase? Why, well, never mind. Congratulations on obtaining the cross. Thanks, we can discuss my honorarium later over dinner and champagne. And of course, he gets out of there as fast as he can. So, now he's gone, there's no one else we can talk to. So, let's go into Indy's office and see that opening scene. There we go, everybody's favourite scene where he's in a small room with dozens and dozens of students wanting his help. Okay. So Irene has a breakdown just as Indy walks in and asks what's going on. Oh, Dr. Jones, I'm glad you're back. The students are very upset. Okay. Now, if we try to walk to the door, we get accused of shoving. So let's just talk to the students and tell them to calm down. Now, again, you can pick any of these options, but anyone who's seen the film knows there's only one way to get through this. So, just a moment, folks, I'm sure we can work something out. Okay. Relax, I've got a solution that's fair to everyone. Irene, take down names and I will see everyone in order. And then they all argue, and of course we can get through and ignore them for the rest of time. Right, so whenever you are in an area, we know the rules, and it even says it in the book. Look at everything, check everything, and pick up anything you can. Okay, aliens in disguise, yeah. Stones over here. Oh, a jar, okay. Right. Let's just No, I think that's it. So let's pick up all this junk that's on our desk. Might as well clean it up. There we go. And oh, look, there is a package underneath it all. Don't need the junk, so we can just put that back down. And of course, now we can just get out of here by opening the window and sneaking out. There's no way we're going back through there. And of course, we get the scene now where he gets, I wouldn't say kidnapped, forcibly invited to a party, I guess. Good morning, Dr. Jones. I hope I didn't alarm you. I'm not used to such unorthodox methods of introduction. I'm sorry if my men inconvenience you. My name is Walter Donovan. I know who you are, Mr. Donovan. Your contributions to the museum have been extremely generous, and I must say, some of your pieces here are quite impressive. Like yourself, I have a passion for antiques. Have a look over here. You may find this interesting. Early Christian symbols, middle 20th century, I'd say. Where did you find it? In the mountains of North Ankara. Can you translate it? The top portion's missing, but the rest. A spring welling up inside him for eternal life, through the desert to the canyon of the crescent moon, where the cup that holds the blood of Jesus Christ our Lord resides forever. The Holy Grail, Dr. Jones. It will bring eternal life to whoever drinks from it. An old man's dream. Every man's dream, including your father. He's the foremost Grail scholar in the world. In any case, an attempt to recover the Grail is underway. But the slab's incomplete. You don't know where to look. The slab is just one of 2 markers left by the 3 knights during the First Crusade. The manuscript tells of the second martyr buried with one of the knights. It suggests that a description of the Grail can be found on the way to the knight's tomb. It also says the painting was made of the Grail that answers a question my father had. Does the Grail actually glow? But it doesn't say where the knight's tomb might be found. Our team leader believes it's in Venice, Italy, and that's where he disappeared. We'd like you to take over his quest. You've got the wrong Jones. You should talk to me father. We already have. He's the man who's disappeared. And there we go. We are now back. And we've got a new option available to us, and that is travel. So let's do some travelling. So we can take the plane to Venice, or we can do the sensible thing and go to Henry's house and check it out. So here we are. So we're just going to have a little look around. No, use the right thing. Pull. No. Okay, so let's pick up. No. There we go. Pick up the plant. Pick up the tablecloth. There we go. And wouldn't you know, there is a chest. And it is locked. Now, open the desk up. I cannot remember where that key is. But in the bedroom, there is a few little things to take a note of. So the picture here. And then there is a painting of the Grail on the wall. And he says it's a trophy that his father wants. So let's pick that up because, well, anything and everything can come in handy. And there we go. Bookcase. Give it a pull. No, not the books. Although, can we pick them up? No. There we go. Knock it over, and on the back is some tape, so let's pick that up. And as I say, most of this game is going to be me just quickly going through and doing what I remember, really. So, right. Next we'll need the sticky tape. So let's use that in the jar. That comes off. And surprise, surprise, there is a key. So back out we go again. Into Henry's house, and of course we can now use that key in the chest and have a look. And it's an old book. This is the diary I made when I was a little boy. It was supposed to look like my father's Grail diary, and that is handy for picking up, because if we have a look at the package here, oh look, we've got his dad's Grail diary. Now, you might be thinking, why is that relevant? What is it? Well, everything I've just done, picking up the painting and the old book and the diary, is going to help us out throughout the entire game. So, let's leave here now. And yeah, it is so easy to overlook them. And you can get through the game without them. It just makes them a whole lot easier. So, let's now travel to Venice. And this was when load screens were really good and enjoyable. Ah, Venice. How are we supposed to recognise our contact? Maybe he'll recognise us. Dr. Jones? Yes. I knew it was you. You have your father's eyes. And my mother's ears, but the rest belongs to you. Looks like the best parts have already been spoken for. Marcus? That's right. Dr. Eliza. Oh, and could you tell me about my father's disappearance? Of course, we were working in the library when it happened. I'll show you. Well, I don't need to go ahead. I think I'll take a nice, relaxing gondola ride. Very well. Lead the way. I don't remember in the film him taking a gondola ride while we were in the library, but doesn't matter. Into the library we go, and apparently it looks like a church, and of course it was a church during the Crusades. Now, just before your father vanished, he was muttering something about Roman numerals. He said he'd searched everywhere for them without success. The library should be closing soon. I'll make sure we won't be bothered, then we can take a look around. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me. Hey, you! I doubt it'll be much trouble. Okay, and here we are then. Right, we get control. Now, the good thing about this section, just like a few parts in this game, this area is completely randomised. And while that doesn't sound too impressive, remember how old this game is? It was probably one of, if not the first game to randomise areas, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So, first thing we're going to do is just walk back out, because there's something we are going to need up here. And again, this could take forever to figure out if you didn't know about it. So if we come all the way over to the left here, we will see a couple swooned over each other, and they have a wine bottle. So pick the wine bottle up. Indeed I do, we're not done with our fine wine yet. Okay, So the first thing, these bookcases. Now, they may look like nice art and background just to get you from one area to another, but if you actually take the time to look, these are all in random areas and they do move around on every new game you play. Obviously, once the game's loaded up, everything is set. But this is the next section as well that randomizes itself. But yes, every new game, this is completely randomized. So before we get to there, here we go. This is the section I wanted. We were lucky that I found it pretty quickly. So these green books here, let's see if I can pick one of them up. There we go. How to fly a biplane. And wouldn't you know, let's just open it up a moment. There we go. That piece of paper that I showed you before, that I've still got all these years later, this is where you get it. And, well, it is so easy again to overlook. So, it's not a cheat, that isn't. It's a piece that, and you can actually look at that book when you get to that section, assuming you have the book. There are also a few other books you need to look for as well. Well, again, don't need to, but if you want help later on in the game, it's handy to have them. But while we're going to look for them books as well, we also need to find the Roman numerals. And to get that, we need to look at the Grail Diary. So, if we just look at his Grail Diary here, it's not like in the film where you've got to find the X. It tells you it. So note the particular care taken in drawing the shield, the area above it, and the angels. So, this is the window we're looking for. A shield with 2 angels facing it, a sword in the top with 3 cups. Okay, and there's a cryptic message below which seems to have something to do with Roman numerals and stone pillars. If ye would enter, follow the first on the left. So, we've got to find that window, and then it's the first Roman numeral on the left pillow. So, we know it's not this one because that's a, well, Cyclops, maybe? I don't know, but it's not a sword. So we will just move on here, and I don't believe any of these books are the ones we are looking for. No. Sometimes though, you've got to be careful because it is a case of pixel perfect book you've got to find. And again, we know it's not this one because, again, even though everything is similar, there's no sword. Let's just check these, and there we go. I have seen one of the books that is helpful. This one lying down here. There we go. Looks interesting. Now again, obviously I know it from experience, but yeah, if I wasn't sure, I was thinking, oh, is it one of these? And I clicked on the one next to it there. Apart from he stands in the wrong place, there you go, the complete works of famous dictators. Now that's obviously a hint that one of the books on the shelf section is the one you want, but we already know it's the one that's lying on its side, so let's pick it up. And there we go, Mein Kampf. Again, will come in handy later on if we go down that path. Okay, so let's move on, and I believe there is one more book to find, and hopefully we can find it. There's it. Maps of ancient Italy. Now you'd think this section would come in handy, but it's not. What's this one? Okay, no. Actually saying that because it is different. Right, you know what? I'm going to go pixel clicking, so I will see you in a minute. There we go. I thought it was. So let's pick that one up. There we go. Secrets of the Roman Catacombs. Right, so this one should be the one we need. So let's open it up. Come on. There we go. And we've now got a map there of the catacombs and a way to help us through them. Deep beneath the city lies the path to the tomb. So, yeah, we can refer to that should we need to. So, let's carry on now, moving along. And again, not this one because it's the, well, it's got Jesus at the top there and a Cyclops underneath him. Keep going, and as I say, always check. The ones that are best to check are the ones where you can find multiples of the same, what they call it, the ones that look the same bindings on them. Or if they are slightly out, like leaning over. And again, we're not looking at that one because we've got an angel facing it the wrong way. And I will probably just fast forward or cut these bits out while I'm searching. And on to the next section. And here we go. Don't believe there's anything in here, but just look and see. Yep, that one's all about snakes, and we all know how he hates snakes. And no more books about snakes. Okay, so that's the snake section. Okay, and here we go. This is the window we need. It's got the shield on it, it's got the angel's face into the sword, and the 3 cups above it. But if you didn't know, then you know this room was a special because, well, you've got the rope and you've got the metal post in here to pick up. And it said it was the first on the left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, follow the first on the left. So, let's have a quick look at the inscription. And the first one is a 3. So, you know, now break open using the metal post on the number 3. No, come on, Indy. Use metal post with slab 3. There we go. We'll break that and down we jump, but not before we have a German soldier come in after us. And there we go, we are now in the catacombs. So, first things first, not that we need to, but let's have a look at that book of maps again, just so I can show you what we are. So we are in the top right up here. The 3 exits are simple enough, and they all lead to the same area, so it doesn't really matter. And dead ends are dead ends, there's nothing actually in them, so we know we want to come up and then straight down because there is a room down here. So let's start there. Follow the way the map said, and I'm not gonna keep turning to the map. I'm just using it to show you. And we've got a room here, and skeletons are over here, and as you can see, slightly different this one. You've got an arm, so let's have a look. An old pirate's hook thing. We will take that then. And I think that's just a graphical bit. So we can now move on. Now we've got that because, well, if you can pick it up, you're going to need it at some point. So carry carry on up and around because we know this is the way we're meant to be going. And come down here a moment. There is a suspicious torch there, but we've got no way of lighting it. But if we do look at the torch, it's held in place by hard dry wood. So if we just give that a quick pull, it's held in and we cannot remove it. So for now there's nothing we can do. We need to get that a little bit wetter to move. So we're gonna carry on. No, up here a minute, Indy. And this room here, again, full of plenty of skeletons, and there's a slab. If we try to open the slab at the moment, we cannot do it from the top. So of course, we need to do it from down below. Carry on, going from left to right for now. And here is the exit. Now we are going to have to use the exit, but this is the route we need to get to at some point. And at the moment, we can't reach the lock, even though we stuck right there, but let's just have a quick look. No, it can't do anything with it at the moment. So what we need to do is open the manhole cover a moment and leave. And that puts us back here, and we just take a quick over to here. If we have a look at the wine bottle, and we say, oh, it's a very bad year, and then try and pick it up. That's what I did wrong before, I forgot to look at it first. Okay, so there we go, we've got the wine bottle now. As I say, you can come out, look at it, and then take it from him earlier on. Just quickly put down here, and of course, after all that banging and everything, we've shut the library up. Use the wine bottle with... no. Use wine bottle with fountain, thank you. There we go. Now we've watered the wine down with fountain water. So let's work our way back up here. I do love the music score in this. Right, back into the sewers. Not the sewers, sorry, the catacombs. And quickly, I'll do this in fast forward for you, but quickly back now. Okay, now we're back here. Let's use the wine bottle with the torch. And there we go, we've loosened the mud, and of course, well, we've got to give it a quick tug. And down we go. Thankfully, the hat comes down with us. And the wine bottle's broke. What a surprise. So, now we need to work our way around here, because I did forget to show it off before, but I will mention it when we get there. Come around this way and into here, is it? Nope, that's the way back up. Oh, okay. So, get back up there in a minute. This area is... it's got something to do in a minute, but if we just walk over here and have a look at the inscriptions on the wall. Yep. Wait a minute. This looks familiar. Yes, it describes the Grail. My father's diary is right. It is either that Welsh verse Talisman wrote, or Sir Richard Button's takes is the correct account of the Grail. Okay, I'm going to do it again because I did miss the miss part of that then. Tale that Lady Eleanor wrote of. Okay. Right, okay, so there we go, we've got a bit more information there. But what we need to do now is use the hook with the wooden plug, and then use the whip with the hook. And that releases all the water. Now, why have you just done that? Well, I will show you. Because of course, you're not meant to realise you've got to do that until you've finished exploring up here. That is the one thing, there we go, we come out with that. That's the one thing with playing this game so much, you do things kind of slightly out of order. But never mind. Because yeah, if we'd come down this way previously and walked into here, this room was full of water and you could not get through it. There's a hole just here you may be able to see, and that's what the plug was in. But never mind, we'll come down this way now, and then, oh no, it's a dead end, through the tunnel here, and just explore around here, because there we go, we have a contraption here, so let's just have a look at this. Nothing special, look at the machine. Yeah, well, you don't see anything special. Okay, so let's try and do this as if we were doing it for the first time. I've got to remember that's how we're meant to be doing it. So if we spin the wheel, nothing happens. Well, that spins, nothing happens. Well, isn't it good and a coincidence that we happen to pick up the red coordinate? So let's use it with the machine, and there we go. We can now use the wheel, and again this is slightly out of order, but I'll show you what it's done in a moment. There we go. The only reason I'm doing a lot of this out of order is one, because I already know what to do, and two, it saves travel time later on. Right. Although saying that, there is I have forgotten some of it. So yes, the secret passageway here. Right, I'm gonna have a look at it in a moment, because there's something else if I'm not mistaken. That comes out of there. No, that was the right room. Right, so I've not done it out of order. That is fine, although you didn't have to do it yet. Right, what's the one rule we do? It's save. So quick F5 and save. There we go. And yes, that used to work, I assume, but of course it's no longer available. So we'll save that there and carry on. Now these here, we need to get them in the correct order. So again, if we just look at the Grail diary, that's the correct one, and that one is certain death. And no, I'm not going to purposely kill us off. Accidentally? Yeah, sure. Not on purpose. Not with this game anyway. Although, you know, I might, you know, do a death scene one at the end. I'll see. But for now, let's put in the correct one. Okay, so we want... Okay, so it's going to be one of these where it moves multiples, so let's just double check, is that the right one? Yep, so we've got the dragon, I think. No, the dragon needs to face the other way, and we need the banner in the middle. So let's change that. That's not a dragon, that's a horse. There we go. And she's facing the right way, so that's handy. Nope. There we go. And the door's open, nice and simple. So, back through this way now. Unfortunately, when we're in here, I can't check the map. But, there we go. Is that a room? Usually when it changes light, there's a room. And there we go, the bridge is down because, yes, I kind of went ahead and, well, we used the contraption to put that bridge down. That was pretty handy. Right, let's carry on through here. Find the... Ah yeah, this is the bit that was all up and down, wasn't it, on the map. So, have a look. No, you were just a weird light. Right to the end. Okay, so we've got another room full of skeletons, and I don't actually think there's anything in here. No, this is just a room for being a room. What's nice, I guess. And another split. In fact, you know what? Let's just quickly go back in there and look at the book of maps. So we've just walked to there, and I'm guessing it will go up because this looks like a room up there. Thank you. Just saves wandering around until we get there. Yeah, there we go. And now we've got another room of skeletons with a door. And if we try to open it, we can't. So, anything, of course, we've got some skulls. So let's have a look at them. Nothing special. Well, you know what? Well, it's a good job we've got the Grail Diary to help us get through this puzzle. There we go. From the manuscript of him, yep, was used as an obscure musical notation, and I'm not sure why it never has more than 6 different notes. Okay, so we've got to figure out this tune. Now, we know it's the middle one, but it's which side it goes on. So we'll start with the middle one. And we'll go this way. Then 2 for you. And then 1 back. Nope. Okay, so that was the wrong one. So let's do it again. But we now know it was the... Oh, no. We were wrong. Wait a minute. There's 6 here, isn't there? Okay. Let's do that until the door opens. There we go. So let's try that again. Let's count the skulls. There we go. Got it right that time. Yeah. I mean, all these puzzles as well, if you don't find the Grail Diary, you can still get through them. It's just going to take you a lot of guesswork. Now, where is that other room? Should have looked and checked the map again, but never mind. Yeah, somewhere. Thankfully, all these either lead to a dead end or your destination, so it's not too bad. Now that's right. There we go, is that it? Nope. Keep going. Nope, it's not that way, fine. For one time, I stick to the bottom and I needed to go up. There we go. Finally made it into here. And if we just have a quick look. No, there we go. Look at the casket. Looks like the casket of the Lost Knight. Of course it does. So let's open it up. Because what archaeologists wouldn't want to desecrate a coffin? Right. Have a look inside. And there we go. The second marker. Let's see. It mentions the ancient city of Alexandretta. Today the city of, I'm not going to pronounce it, is built there, and we'll find the Grail near. Okay, so let's get out of here. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to be a good place to stop for today. We've got started, we've got to the first marker, and there was a lot of history at the beginning. So, yeah, there's your introduction to the game. Hopefully you will join me back here next Wednesday when we will carry on and we will push further into the game and hopefully get into some interesting predicaments. But in the meantime, I've been Sankey84. This has been Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Thank you so much for joining me. Look after each other. And until next time, goodbye.